Hello, welcome back. Sorry, it was a little bit of a longer break. We were dealing with a little bit of a tech fun times.
Coming to you live from my very, oh my god, that's a spider. Very good quality camera.
Anywho, we are in the middle of a race underwater in a grotto. A few of our party members are a little bit ahead. And what are they up to right now?
Worried that one of our party members we've left behind has been charmed or somehow manipulated. But we can't worry about that. We're going to go get this. We're going to win this race. We're going to go get the prize.
That's true, because Kawu's the only one that heard that request from Yanni. And Kawu did, in fact, voice, like, thinking that Yanni had been, like, you know, charmed or whatnot. So, I think, like, Mira's definitely, like, you two just watch behind us, keep, and I'm gonna keep us going, and I'm just pulling us along. I'm using my full movement. I'm using my dash, which is a bonus action. And I guess if I have nothing else happening, like I can use dash twice if you can use it as a bonus and an action, or is that no? Like, I am just shredding this cavern, like taking us up towards this platform, and what I understand is hopefully going to be the final medal of this festival. It's a fun time, y'all. We've made it into quite the competitive thing, but it's fun. We're having fun.
Yeah, you pour all of your effort, and you do manage to pull yourself and your two companions up into this cavern you're now above the water.
Okay. Can anyone see anything? We just like break surface of the water. Is that kind of what it is? And it's just open?
Yeah, so like it's kind of like you're sticking your head out of like what looks like on the surface just like a pool of water, and like it opens up into like a nice big round cavern. All the walls are covered in ivy. Bits of the cavern are exposed to the sky, so like the setting sun is coming in, and then there's like trees and various other pools of water, but like most notably, like in the middle is a pedestal with a pale sphere of light surrounding the top of it.
Okay.
Medea will break out of the water and like haul herself up onto the dry ground, and she does the thing that dogs do where they shake their whole body, and Medea is covered in fur, right? It's a very soft, short, cropped fur, and you just see her just like fluff up after she shakes all the way down to her tail.
Kawi sees that and is just like, oh my goodness. That's adorable.
And she'll offer a hand to pull anybody else up.
Yep. I'll reach out and like, thank you. Reggie, you just need to go back down the tunnel and keep an eye out and see if I heard a whelp. And so I think someone's come through the moonbeam, but just, let me know what you see and okay, and if they come towards us, just, I don't know, fly in their face or something like that. Try to hold them back. Don't put yourself in harm, but just, be annoying.
Okay, yeah. Annoying. I can do that.
Be brave.
Swimming. Yes.
Swimming.
Oh,
yes.
there's water genasi. I'll fly in her face and just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And you just kind of like, you're seeing like various movements as like,
how far
like
away is that?
Slow down. It's maybe about like 10 feet down below.
We've got company. There's a water genasi right 10 feet away.
Okay, so Medea and Kawu pull up on land, and you said, is that like the platform, is it like there's a low bit and then it raises up, or does it go like right up, or like what kind of structure are we talking here?
Yeah, pretty much like the floor is, fairly even-ish. Like, you know, it dips here, sways there, as like pools of water have kind of like collected and eroded down. But the pedal still looks like it was placed there. You know, it's carved with nice little intricate designs and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, torso height for, you know, a regular humanoid. And you do catch like there's something that's resting on top the pedestal that's kind of like in the middle of this sphere of light.
Does this look this is Mira, like turning to the two of you, like, does this look, I mean, you just made a bad light, Kawu, down below. It was bad. It was bad light. Is this like that? Is this bad light? I'm gonna start slowly reaching to put my hand into it, unless you stop me. I'm gonna, like...
Wait. You see Medea very gently is trying to still your hand, and she will do a smooch to her other hand and blow it out. She'll cast Detect Magic and try to see if it's magic.
Yeah, it is very much magical. It is divine.
Oh. It's definitely magic, but it's a different kind of magic. It might be divine? I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, that sounds fine. I'm gonna reach for it.
And then as you reach for it, just whoosh, 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 and we're now down below in the grotto with the rest of the group. So we've got...
We're small
Aria
talking,
and
or at least I'm
Yanni.
attempting.
The others are... I guess they're just confused. And they're like, well, I guess I'm gonna go if you can drop the moonbeam. The drow is kind of like hesitantly like walking towards and stops like before obviously walking into the moonbeam. And is like, can we go at least? Or are you actually like stalling?
I'm not stalling. I told them to take it down. Here, and Yanni's going to try and open up the entrance wider so that you can walk around it. Yeah, it's
That might take a
good
little bit of time,
sportsmanship.
Yanni.
No, it's fine. I
Roll-
got it. Just give me a
Roll in
second.
athletics.
Okay. Let's try my nice jade dice. Oh my god, that was really good. 1 second. Athletics. 18.
You have to remember that I caved it in even further to what you had done
Yeah.
before.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
trying.
after all the efforts of all involved, you've made it a little wider, if like shorter, because now there's more rubble around the base of it. But it is at least, you know, there is a narrower bit where if you like sucked in, you wouldn't get like clipped by the moonbeam.
Gestures proudly to it and says, I am not stalling. Ta-da!
Just like looks at it and looks to you, and like looks at it and then looks to you, looks at I, and looks at it and is like, thanks. And he kind of like just sidesteps his way and starts to swim up.
As the
Should we?
drow
And I'm
starts
looking at-
moving. As the drow
Oh, I was
starts
just-
moving
yeah.
towards the cavern, I think Ada kind of like steps in front of it. Shimunyani might not be stalling, but I am.
Oh,
And, like,
no.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, and definitely because the injury you incurred to the drow not too long before, he just kind of like throws up his hands and like steps back and is like, all right, fine, I guess.
How about we all go through the little hole?
The shaggy haired human, he kind of points like, I like that idea. Yeah, that's great.
And I'm looking at Ada.
I like whisper over to Yanni. Are you trying to throw the game or?
I'm not throwing anything. They're so far ahead. I doubt they don't have it by now. Let's just all have to fight.
Okay. But if we lose because of this, Yanni, it will be your fault. You recognize this, yes?
This is not my fault. It's team effort.
Okay, we can revisit that afterwards, but fine.
I
I'm
swim
trusting you
really
this one
fast,
time.
don't worry. This one time. Yanni just like
Okay.
gently pats like your shoulder and is like and basically trying to say like, oh, don't worry, I swim fast. I'm faster than any of them. It'll be fine.
And I guess Ada like will step aside at that. I suppose we're all going inside then.
And so the others are like, well, at least someone's reasonable. And the drow kind of like, as much as one can fix robes underwater, he still tries to like, straighten his robes anyways for composure's sake. Yeah, he'll kind of like move in and go up, and he'll be, depending on like the order, if you intersperse yourselves, but the human, the goblin, and the drow will go up. Maggie, you just kind of like just stays and kind of like takes a seat on the edge of a eroded, fallen rooftop, and just like, wait for you here, I suppose.
Watch out for sharks, or there's a big octopus that way. And Yanni is just gonna, and then turn and follow everyone else in. And then I would like to dash and swim super fast to catch up with Ada, who I assume went, if not first, then second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine like you definitely catch up to the water genasi more of the feet, because she was slowed down with a little bit of a distraction. Like, sure
Also,
enough.
if it's been longer than a minute, the
Yeah.
moonbeam ends after a minute. So
Yeah, I imagine like everyone just fully kind of like shuffles in and then it turns off. It's kind of like,
With fixed comedic timing, too. Like, we're all inching past, and as soon as everyone's through,
and then
it's
it turns
gone.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually like you'll kind of like swim your way up, and as you're all kind of like getting out of the little pool of water and enter into the cabin, is when everyone sees Mira at the pedestal reaching for the for this pendant. So do you fully...
I don't...
Hmm?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna, like, try and stop or anything. I just assume, like, oh, yay, we grabbed it first. We win, right?
Yeah. If anything, like, if it looks like Mira's, like, hesitating, I think Ada, upon seeing this, would just go, Mira, I think that's it. Grab it.
Take it.
Have you accepted your fate, Mira? Are you grabbing this pendant?
Oh, I long ago.
Yeah.
Touch the thing.
You
Like
just
touch
I
the thing.
literally only stopped for a second because I respect Medea so much, and Medea was like, hang on.
Medea's
But the
like,
second
it's
Medea's like,
divine.
yeah, and I'm like, that's fine. I think I'm supposed to be kind of like that. I'm a paladin adjacent. It's fine. And I like reach in like immediately.
can I? Oh, before that, can I also? Is the moonlight similar to the moonlight spell that's coming down?
Yes,
Can I make
you
like
do.
a?
You do notice it's similar. It looks like moonlight to you.
But not ouchie moonlight.
No, Well, not that you.
Ouchie
Like, it doesn't.
Ouchie moonlight.
It's not like ouch.
Okay.
As you take hold of the pendant, the pale light around the pedestal fades away with the setting sun as a spectral figure in the form of a male human rises from the pendant. He is dressed in leather armor and a red knee-length tunic. He carries a golden circular shield on his left arm while he slowly raises his right, his hand reaching out towards you. His face is framed by curly golden hair and a tattered red cape billowing behind him. His eyes are dark and sullen, his expression melancholic. As he begins to plead, "Help me, please! I am imprisoned," he falls. And you all begin to fall with him, as the ground gives way from under you, vanishing from sight into a sea of darkness. The specter sinking far below you disappears into the black. You fall deeper and deeper, no end seemingly in sight, when suddenly you stop, suspended in a pitch-black expanse. You feel water buoying you, but you are not underwater as you can take deep breaths of fresh air. Ahead of you, a vermilion light appears, snaking around a hunched-over figure like wisps of smoke. As the light grows stronger and brighter, you see that this is the melancholic warrior from above. He is shackled to the ground by strands of a strange, crimson, fleshy-like substance. In between sobs, you hear him repeat, "Moonweaver, Changebringer, Archheart, please, I beg of you, help me one last time. Moonweaver, Changebringer, Archheart, please, I beg of you, help me one last time." A sphere of pale light engulfs the group of you, catching the attention of the man before you. He lifts his head wearily, his eyes red from a constant stream of tears. "Oh gods!" he exclaims with tremendous relief. He sits up, raising his hands, pulling against the limits of his bonds. "Moonweaver? Bless you with all my heart, you've answered." He addresses you. "Please, you must help me. You have my jewel. So she must have deemed you strong enough to save me," the man exclaims, desperation straining his voice. "I am Elixion. I am lost in darkness. Please, you must find me." "Wait, why are you leaving? No, stay longer, you must," Elixion cries out towards you as you feel yourself drift. "Wait! You found me here. You may be able to find me again. Go, take my jewel. To rise. At the edge of the abyss." You're finding it hard to stay focused, his words now fading in and out. You feel consciousness leaving you as the depths consume all that is around you, the Elixion's words sounding muddled in the distance as if now underwater. "I hope the Changebringer will answer my prayers again." And suddenly, after a little while, you all wake up, having fallen, lying on the bottom of the cavern floor.
What are the
Do those?
other what do they do?
So as you look around, everyone's kind of like, picking themselves up, and it appears that everyone in this room just experienced that same thing.
Do those words, Moonweaver, like Changebringer, and I can't remember the third one that was used, but do any of those words like sound familiar? Is this language that we would know?
Make a religion check. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was gonna say like I know them IRL, but I guess I like have to, as a paladin, could I also do a religion?
Oh yeah, anyone who wants to
check?
do a religion check, you can do a religion check.
I got a nat 20 for a 26.
Nice. Yeah.
What?
You definitely
I got
know
a
who-
nat 1!
Nice.
Today's just not your day.
I got a 6.
For those without the super low rolls, you do recognize these as alternate names or like titles of the gods. Moonweaver is Sanin. I myself am
How do you spell
probably
that?
just messing that up. Archheart is Krellian, god of magic, and Changebringer is Avandra.
What was the third word? Moonweaver, Changebringer, and
Art chart.
Art?
Arch or arc, but like pronounce like it's written arch, but it could be arc or arch.
Arc.
Gotcha.
And after this experience, you, Mira, feel stronger. You feel invigorated.
Do I still have the...
It is in your hand. The amulet is with you.
Does it look weird? Like, is there anything going on with it? Or, like...
It looks pretty much as it did before. But you have drawn the comic card. You level up.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Whoa!
Sorry, I'm just...
What?
The
Laughing.
gods have blessed Mira.
Yeah, I literally, like,
Congratulations.
kind of, like, get up and, like, look at this, and I, like, kind of, like, stretch and roll and flex a little bit, and probably make a display, like, because that's who I am.
Mira, you're glowing. You're glowing.
I know, I feel really good. Did y'all feel this way when you got your amulets?
No.
No.
Like, oh man, I feel like I could just, like, Yanni, we gotta go pick
I'm
some
pretty
stuff
sure-
up. We gotta go pick some stuff up. Like,
We've won.
I'm
We've
pretty
won,
sure one
right?
of the amulets is just a cookie.
I think in order to win, we need to bring it back. It's like the spear one that I did. You have to bring it back to win.
Oh.
And Yanni's
and-
facial expression looks very, like, troubled. I think they're just thinking over what they just saw. And they look very, like, serious.
Question for May.
Yes.
This person, this human figure within the amulet, supposedly, or within whatever dimension we were in, they looked at one of us and then said, like, and referred to one of us as Moonweaver and said, like, oh, you're here. Who were they looking at specifically, or was it kind of just, like, in our general direction?
It was in your general direction when you were lit up by the moonlight.
What was the gods' names again? There's one that begins with an S.
It's like Sahanin, Snin. Usually, like on the other side of mythology, is Selene. But this has a bunch of other letters in it, and I
Okay.
didn't write that one down in my
Changebringer?
notes because I was not.
Who was the
fine.
Changebringer?
Changebringer is Avandra.
Would I
And the
recognize...
arc heart?
Our card is Krellian, which
Would I recognize those names from being a Circle of the Stars druid? Like,
you would
those-
definitely know Moonweaver.
Yeah.
As a goddess, like very much
Um,
associated with moon.
I will also
With the
say
name
for
Alexion?
Jay,
Yeah.
I will say for Jay, the arc heart is the person that Zalakas worked for. Zalakas was the right hand of the
cool.
arc heart, so we would definitely recognize that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
like just about to say. Yeah,
and
you would
would
definitely know that
recognize
one.
the name Alexion at all?
Thank you.
Alexian doesn't seem familiar.
Okay. And we don't recall any tales of someone trapped in the abyss?
No.
Okay. Okay. The lost in the abyss. And the Changebringer of Andrea. Answer my prayers. Or could we look at the rivals? Are they're there as well, right?
They are. They're standing up. They seem a little shaken, you know, from the experience. The water
Did you
genasi kind
just-
of like stands up and like brushes herself off, and well, race well won, I suppose. Congrats.
Did you just see
You're
that?
not gonna.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
You're not gonna.
That
try
doesn't
and
seem
take
like it
from
was
us?
supposed to happen.
Yeah, if they do this event every year, I feel like we would have like heard about this sort of thing, like this sort of came up. So what is unique about this time that we did it? That we saw a captured dude asking for the gods?
Can
She's kind of like shrugs her shoulders, like, I don't know. It's usually just the regular jewel, and it's 100 gold. That's why we signed up.
is this? And I'm
Yeah.
pointing at the amulet that Mira is holding. Is this the normal pendant? Is this what it's supposed to look like? I'm assuming you've competed before, or from out of town.
Yeah, Ao's from the area, and she kind of like walks over, and she's like, "No, that's not the emerald eye."
Quick scope is there like
Yeah, is the emerald eye? Where is it? I'm
immediately,
looking for
like,
it.
Where is it? Like treasure looking right now.
Is my detect magic still up?
Ooh.
Other than the bracelets that Arya and Shimiani and the pendant, and then whatever else anyone has on them themselves, you don't get any other detection around you.
Does the pendant that Mira have seem to still be emanating this divine magic?
Very much so.
I think you still have in your possession. I can see the divine magic radiating it from it, Mira.
Okay, I would like to once again. Can I ask because I'm a paladin of, I think my god is like chaotic neutral, and I know all these other gods are also like similarly aligned. I know that these aren't bad gods. Like at the very least, I know like hearing these names, I recognize them all as like I might not know them intimately. They're not my god, but I recognize at least that they're all not evil gods. Can I see any like symbol of them in the like? Does the pendant very clearly favor one of them, or like does it show symbols of all of them, like a moon and an arc, for example? Perhaps.
Right now, it mostly kind of resembles. I'm just gonna say Moonweaver because my brain today just cannot say that name.
Mhm.
The Moonweaver is kind of like the shape of her typical symbols, kind of like the circle, and the way the kind of like a crescent moon kind of like comes up.
Yeah.
It's like slightly engraved, but other than that, it's not particularly ornate. It's gold and shiny, but it doesn't have like any
Bite it.
overly descriptions of.
I have
Oh
to.
my
this is
God.
how,
It's a bit
this is
cold.
how we check things back home. The bite.
Like check.
Bite it.
Mira, you're divine. Oh no, it's just in your mouth.
I would like to scan around the room and try to see like what else is in here, because there's like the pedestal that the thing was on, and I just want to like do a little look-see with mind bodyguard eyes and see what else is in here.
It looks like this, this area could have been part of a temple at one point, but so far, like the pedestal that the pendant was on seems to be like the only significant thing that was in here.
I'm going to like swim over to y'all and just kind of like hustle us into like a little huddle, and then Yanni is going to say very quickly, they're speaking very quickly, but they basically say, I don't think this room was a part of the treasure hunt, given that we had to like get through rocks to get here. I think the Emerald Eye might be back in the room we came from. and they speak that very, very quickly, and then they're gonna take off swimming back down the way we came.
Okay. When they do that, I'm like Mira's like, but the fish. Oh, they're gone. Okay. Well, what I was gonna say was the fish said that people go this way every year, so I feel like this is the correct location, but perhaps there's somewhere else around here we should keep looking. I mean, I can distract them if you want to keep.
I actually think that it's possible that the Emerald Eye was swapped out, and that it's not going to be here at all. And that we are just going to be wasting our time looking for it.
That's smart. Oh, that's right. Madeira used your like cool sense of stuff, and like this was.
I really don't think it's here.
There's no indication that the Emerald Eye might be magic, though.
Yeah, it could be
We could always just take this back.
shiny
and
rock.
Say,
Yanni already
we got-
left.
we got the thing.
Yeah.
We got the thing. Did we win?
That's true. And I
And
mean,
if they say
Medea is just gonna
no,
like swim after Yanni, like, wait for me, doggy paddle.
yeah. I guess we should hurry up for some people that only have a limited time they can go swim back.
What,
Yeah.
Do you want me to take the pendant back? Because I can just go out the top. I can just fly out.
Well, look at the other group. They don't look aggressive, right? I don't think they're gonna like attack us for it or anything. I don't
No,
think we need to
they're
like
not-
race back.
They're not hostile. They're just kind of like confused and
Okay.
well, what do we do now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking we don't want to be digging around under here any longer than we have to if we've already got the prize.
Yeah,
and
so I think that's what we're doing. We're all leaving now.
Before you leave, how do you just like the magic around this event and your experience? You feel like you have a connection, an opportunity, and you have drawn the Vizier card. Ask one question and get one truthful answer.
Oh, this is so much pressure.
Oh!
Oh, this is so much pressure. Okay. I think
Dun, 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 dun,
I think
dun.
hearing
Dun,
the
dun, 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 dun,
the
dun,
mention
dun,
of
dun,
the
dun,
arc heart kind of like pinged in Ada's head, and they remember their patron, the solar Salakas, and they remember this person in front of them saying that, like, calling out to these gods to save them, to call from them. So I think the question that Ada asks is, how did this person come to be trapped in this amulet? I think they're trying to figure out, like, did the gods have something to do with this? Like, are they supposed to be trapped in here?
You hear kind of just like out of your peripheral vision and just like a light, gentle hand kind of like touch your shoulder a little bit. It's a familiar voice to you. It is Zalek's voice. And at first she's like, he's alive? He was trapped during the calamity. I don't remember what exactly had happened. I wasn't at that fight, but he was... we all thought he sacrificed himself.
And who is this person to you, my beloved?
Krelian gave him one of his abilities. And at that,
Which one
kind of,
specifically?
at that, it kind of like fades. And you like, her touch kind of like, you know, you can feel it kind of like dissipating.
And I think Ada like tries to, in his soul, like tries to like tug on that warm ray of light just to like hold on a little bit longer, but is unable to and loses that connection. And then they follow the rest of the group.
So, Shimiyani, you dove in first.
Yeah,
What are you up to?
I'm just swimming. I'm going back through the tunnel because Yanni's convinced that this whole section of the grotto wasn't known to the event organizers, and so they think that the Emerald Eye is back in the room we came from or in a different room, since there's lots of tunnels and rooms. And so I'm just like swimming super fast to get back to the cavern where the others are waiting. I probably passed the was it the goblin in heavy armor who's still like clunking down the tunnel? Probably passed him.
He would have
on my
made
way
it
back.
out. He would have been like the last out, but
Oh, okay,
Maggie's
okay.
still down there. 12-foot
Okay.
ogre is still down there.
Yeah, okay. So then I just like pop back out of the thing, and I had searched the room, but I think what if the rest of y'all catch up to me, I'm like looking around in this room, like in the little animes where it's like flip, 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 like all around, just looking.
The only thing that you can kind of like see or determine that, and it's a little bit harder to because you also kind of created some cave-ins and collapses. There are some areas that you weren't kind of directly around that look like they were recently disturbed. Like there's less sediment on top of stuff. There's less, plants kind of like, swishing around. But other than that, you don't find anything.
Okay.
Yanni, Medea checked, and she wasn't able to find any traces of magic beyond what we've been able to find.
Is it magic? Is it emerald?
We don't know for sure, but I think for all intents and purposes, it's likely that the Emerald Eye isn't actually down here. It might have been swapped
Oh.
for the amulet that Mira is holding on to.
Oh. Well, I feel silly. And they're gonna just like sit down on the rocks, like just kind of like, oh, just drop my pen. But they're just gonna like plop down on the rocks and just like sit there, and like their like tentacle hair bits are just like all just kind of like floating around as happens underwater, and they're just sitting now.
Hey, no, it's a good idea, but we should get back because I for one can't breathe underwater, and
Oh shoot, yeah, you
this
have,
potion is
I don't know,
gonna-
less than an hour.
It's gonna wear off soon. So
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's hurry everyone back.
Yeah, you managed
And
to
I'll-
find your way back reasonably.
Do we go
fine.
the octopus way? Because if we swim that way, I'll just like call up ahead and be like, "Hey, it's us. We're coming back now. I have more friends." In Aquin.
You just kind of like
go back.
in more light, the little kind of like tentacle kind of like curls up into like a thumbs up.
Can I high five it as I swim past? Can I high five the tentacle? We do like a as we swim past. Yeah. Cool.
Kind of just like spin so you can go like with all of them.
Good game.
I love
Yup.
that.
Yeah, so you managed to like
In-
find your way back. It's a bit of a struggle at the last couple feet, as the potion's really close to wearing out. But you managed to like climb back up to the docks, and Bonnie, true to her word, she's still standing there with all of your stuff. The sun has now kind of gone below the horizon. It's still, somewhat kind of like the right before kind of like dusk, twilighty. It's still light, but not completely dark. There's like been bonfires kind of like set up in front of the stage. There's a band playing. Everyone's kind of like having a good time. And as soon as like people kind of like notice both of your groups. You kind of like went together because you kind of both determined that there's nothing else down there. You know, fireworks start going off. You're like, oh, they're back, and they're just kind of like approaching, and they're like looking expectantly, like who's got it.
I'd like to say a little goodbye to Reggie before we go as well. Just like scoop him up. I was like, you've been such a brave boy. I'll see you again soon. And let him go back into under the water. Then look around at the fireworks. Oh.
Yeah, so the main kind of like festival person, the one who like kind of like led you to the docks and gave you the potions, he approaches you all and was kind of like, who has the Emerald Eye? Who won?
So,
What do you mean?
funny story. We are definitely the winners, and I like point to our group, although they were great, you know, a round of applause for them, good job. But funny thing, this is what was at the end, and I'm gonna show him the pen. This is not your usual, like, this is not very emerald. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. This is not very emerald. So, you know, you should maybe have your appraisers reconsider the name, or...
His like brow like furrows, and where did you find this?
In the cavern, all the way through the grottos and past the friendly octopus and, you know, the several schools of fish that pointed us in this direction. And then it was at the center on a pedestal, and the other group also agreed that seemed to be the location, the locale of the end of your, you know, festivities. And yet this is what was at the end.
Well, that was the end location, but that's definitely not the Emerald Eye. This is something else entirely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this, but why don't you go ahead and tell us about what you won? And if you do have anyone, do you have any scholars present we could perhaps talk to?
He kind of like, I was like, well, I'm probably myself and one other fellow here. We kind of research and I guess knowledgeable ones in town. It doesn't look familiar. I'd have to do some studies, but there's no winner. He kind of like looks at the rivals, and you know, they kind of like shake their hands and heads and kind of like pointed towards you all, and is kind of like, well, okay. And he kind of like just like nervously like turns around and like, we have our winners, and kind of like like everyone was like just waiting, crowd expectantly, like pins and needles of like, you know, the finale of the festival. And you kind of like see him do like a sleight of hand where there's a twin that he was showed, you know, the Emerald Eye earlier, and it's like its sibling was the one that was placed. So he basically kind of just like takes out that one and is like, look, they have brought it back. And clap, clap, clap.
Do we notice that like sleight of hand thing?
Do we see that?
You know, because like he's kind of like doing it in your direction, so like everyone else doesn't see, kind of thing. So you would totally see that he's, you know, not letting on the
Covering
crowd
up
that.
for us.
Yeah, he's not letting on the crowd know that
Yanni's-
this item is, you know, wasn't brought back.
Yanni's brow furrows, but they don't say anything. It looks like they want to say something, but they opt not to say anything.
Yeah. After like the cheers and stuff like that, he turns around and like, well, we'll definitely have to look into where the real Emerald Eye went and this, but I can offer you free night stay at the lodgings that we have. It's on the house.
That would be lovely. And in addition to the scholars that Mira talked about. I think it would be useful to talk to any event organizers, whoever would have had information about the location of the Emerald Eye, any leads that we can have about who might have stolen it and put this one in its place.
Yeah, I'll definitely be collecting them. Most definitely. You know, we have this, festival annually. It's, it's not completely a secret where it would be among those who run the event. Probably really on us to leave alone a 500 gold item. We had it protected. You kind of like just furrows, and just like you can kind of just like see like the gears kind of like working as he's like trying to like think this out.
Protected by what?
Well, we had a in the cave we had a shark that one of our druids placed animal friendship on to be a little bit extra tough. This shark that kind of was acting as a guard. You didn't come across the shark?
There was no
No
shark.
shark.
Just an octopus.
Maybe we can talk to the person who cast animal friendship on this shark.
You might have to wait till the morning to do that. They have kind of like leans over, and you kind of like see like various picnic tables, and there's kind of like a goblin who's just kind of like face down. There's just like like all his friends are just kind of like, Buddy has like an arm kind of like around him kind of thing, and he's like, yeah, I think he's done for the night.
Also, we're winners. We should be celebrating, right? There's a party, right? I see fireworks. That means you have other things planned for us. Do we need to go make an acceptance speech or anything else like that?
I'm nudging you like, no, no speech.
Come on. What other, what do we got? What's the final prize? There's more money or something?
Well,
Food? Any food?
Normally it's 100 gold, but you didn't actually bring back the Emerald Eye. But we can provide food
I'm
and
gonna
drinks
put
and
my arm around this guy
lodgings.
and sweep him up and be like, listen, I'm gonna like do a little curl down like on this, and I'm like, well, you don't want it getting out that like your Emerald Eye is missing, and also that, you didn't have a winner of your yearly festivities. That all sounds absolutely terrible, and we would never want to do that to you. So you see, I think to keep, the festivities going, to keep tradition, all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? We'll even throw in, I mean, you heard Aira, we're even going to do some investigating for you, so consider it, a down payment on that. So, I think I am trying to convince this dude, like,
Give us our money.
In terms of how you're putting this tone, I'll give you the choice of persuasion or intimidation.
Ooh, persuasion. I'm lover, not a fighter. Although sometimes a fighter. A little bit of both, anyways.
I'm just getting like extortion vibes from you.
Yeah.
You
You love to fight and you fight to love.
Well, that was not ideal. I have a +5 to persuasion, but I rolled a 5 because we know I can't roll above a 5 in this game.
You
So
do
that's
have
10.
many hero points.
Yeah,
you
use
have many
hero points.
Oh yeah.
You could nat
Thank you,
20
Chad.
this if you wanted to.
Thank you,
Nat
chat.
28.
Thank you, chat, for our hero points. Can I roll with advantage? I guess reroll or roll with advantage.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Do better. Come on. That is
Ooh.
a 19. Much better,
Ew.
much
Thank you,
better.
chat.
Let's go.
Thanks, chat.
Kind of like looks around nervous and, well, I suppose we will be able to maybe give you a bit of a stipend to help with the investigation. yeah, if you want to
How about the prize money you would have given the group that won? Yanni doesn't say that, but that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, when we learn more about maybe the situation, we'll work out a budget, and yeah, any extra effort, we'll make sure you're compensated for sure, and yeah, drinks on the house, definitely.
I am like just drinks on the house, place to stay for the night. That's good so far. I mean, payment for the work we're gonna do sounds great. However, it doesn't change the fact that even the other team said we were in fact the winners here. And sorry, but if Medea was starting to say something.
Yeah, Medea just kind of like meekly comes up and she's doing the whole like finger thing. She's like, perhaps we can come to an alternative arrangement. And do you happen to have a pearl worth perhaps 100 gold that we can take instead?
Ocean Town. Seems reasonable.
I think we do.
Would we take that instead?
For the prize. We'll still take money for any work we do.
All right, I'll have that. Yeah, I'll have that arranged.
Her ears do like the happy flippy thing like hippos do. Thank you. I appreciate it.
See, compromise. We're reasonable. We're so reasonable. Look at us. We're great heroes, humble, considerate. I mean, I could give this speech if you still want it up on the platform for the festivities. Anyways, I guess let's go have drinks.
Really,
in the interest of maintaining the reputation of the Diarchy of Uthadorn, I think Ada has been like taking a step back from this extortion. We can't get word out that the prince was involved in something like that. But they're not disapproving of Mir's behavior. They're just not going to actively participate.
I know. I just imagine like
feel like
Ada
it's
and Shimanyani in the back.
It's our money that we earned. I'm just trying to remind them that we deserve it.
Look, Ada doesn't necessarily disagree with you. He just, politically speaking, can't really, the optics are bad. The optics.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I'm here for,
The press.
All right. I will.
Didn't you know I'm not only your bodyguard, I'm also your PR person.
I feel like Shimanyani would make the worst PR person, though. Like,
they really would. I'd be so bad. I am so honest all the time. Very bad liar. Would be terrible at PR. Incredible.
Yeah, so, he gives you, like, full reign to celebrate how you wish the rest of the night. And everyone in town, they do treat you as, like, legitimate winners. Like, they all think that you actually brought back the Emerald Eye. And you're free to do what you please with the rest of your evening.
Obviously.
I want... Oh, I was just gonna say, I, at some point, want to find time to speak with Ada by ourselves about the arc being... But that's, I think, the only thing, because, like, Shimanyani and Ada both don't drink. I think we would just, like, we'd eat food, of course, but, just some tea, some nice teas for us. Yeah.
I think Ada would definitely want to play some games, maybe engage in some bets with Mira as well. Probably like getting the rest of the tavern involved in it as well. Like just like whoever's here as part of the festivities, like, you know, Mira probably is like doing their regular thing, like schmoozing people around, and like we're trying to like get everybody involved in the festivities.
Arm wrestle Shimanyani right now. Can you beat them? What the fuck?
I think Kawu would probably take themselves away a little bit, not be secretive about it, but just like say to the group, I'm just gonna check on some friends. I promised that they'd get pumpkins, and I want to make sure that they get all the pumpkins they want. So I'm gonna go check on Pumpkin, and yeah, that's where I'll be if anyone wants to join me. But you don't need to. You looks like you're having fun.
Kawu, I will go with you if you come with me. Something that I want to do afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that.
Medea will join you in your giant horizon back feeding adventure, and she would very meekly encourage you to join her in seeking out the other party that we had tested against. And I think she's not very subtle about it, but she keeps eyeballing that shaggy-haired dude when we sit down to have food and drinks with them.
Amazing. Yeah. I'll be your literal wingman.
And I think Medea would get to a point of like deliberately trying to find out all of their names and talk about our party and share our names as well.
Yeah, I'd like to find out. I'd like apologize for like the moon beam. Didn't expect anyone to go through it. Sorry if you got hurt. How did you? Who charmed Yanni? Because that wore off, and you know, just chat with him.
Well, all those questions and more will be answered after this break.